Ah, nice background. Didn't even know that was there. Right, hello everyone. Welcome to a new video. Apologies if the cliffhanger on the last video was a bit too much. But oh well. Quick intervention here as I remembered halfway through. Please check the description. I have written a long essay, a story on how I felt, and I feel like it's quite a good way of showing and explaining all the feelings and the events that happened a little bit better than how I will be portraying the story by video. So please go and check that out in the description. It won't take too long to read, but I feel like it's quite a good way. Okay, back to the video. So today is Thursday, it's around lunchtime, and on Tuesday I set off from up in the mountains and I left to go downhill past the lake and to a campsite through the lovely villages in the northwest of Italy. And throughout the day I was feeling good, but I was feeling a little bit tired. But towards the middle of the day, sort of maybe 2-3 o'clock, I started to feel a little bit rough. I felt like something wasn't quite right, but I wasn't really too sure. I thought it was tiredness because I had done a lot of climbing up hills. I had another coffee, but that didn't really help either. So I left quite quickly after the cafe to go to the campsite. And on the way to the campsite, I started to feel worse and worse. And by the time I had reached the campsite, I was in a pretty bad way. I was at reception. I was queuing to be inducted, and I was just thinking, oh please hurry up, because I really didn't want to be standing there waiting much longer. I just wanted to be in bed, lying down. Eventually I was shown to my campsite spot, and I just laid by my bike for a little while, just on the floor. It was the best thing for me, because I really didn't feel good. So I just lay there. And yeah, a lot of what I'm saying will be similar to the story. Obviously, it is the same story. So a person in the tent next to me walked past and said if I was okay, and I just explained that I'd done a lot of hill climbing, and it was probably just because of that. But yeah, felt really rough. It's hard to explain how I felt, but just sick, dizzy, exhausted. I wasn't really sure what the problem was though. I went to go and have a shower, and that's when it really hit me. I felt very, very rough, and unfortunately I was sick quite a few times in the shower. Literally everything inside me came up. It wasn't just, a little bit. It was as if something inside of me was there that it shouldn't have been, and it had to come up. So multiple times. And I didn't even feel much better either after being sick. I still felt quite rough. So after the shower, I went to go put the tent up, go into the tent, but it was too hot, so I went behind a tree and just slept behind a tree for quite a long time. I was then awoken, felt sick again, and I was sick in the bush. And that wasn't very nice either. Still wasn't feeling great after that. So I then went into my tent and fell asleep. This was probably late afternoon, so around 6 o'clock. Obviously eating food and drinking water wasn't really a concern. I did drink some water, but unfortunately that all came back up. And yeah, for the third time I was sick again, around maybe 8 o'clock as I was sleeping. So yeah, three times I was sick, and it really wasn't nice. So that's enough of the not very nice stuff that you want to hear. Whilst I was sleeping between 6 and sort of 11 o'clock PM, I was experiencing some very weird dreams. I kept waking up, going back to sleep. It was really strange, and I can't really explain what they were like. But anyway, about 11:30 PM on the Tuesday, I felt quite a bit better, so I was able to put my tent up properly, because at first it wasn't really done well. And there was a storm coming, loads of thunder and lightning. So I wanted to make sure that was okay, and I filled up my water bottles, and I was feeling quite a lot better. So I did a few activities, But then I started to feel a bit rough again, so I went to sleep about 1 AM and just was zonked until 7 the next day. And then at 7 I was like, oh, I'm so much better, I feel amazing again. But then I wasn't able to eat any food, or barely any food, pretty much for the whole day. So no appetite, feeling quite lethargic, and just again quite a bit rough. So the whole of this was yesterday. The whole of yesterday was a bit of a write-off. I did quite a lot of video editing, and I managed to write the story that you can find in the description. So I did a few bits, but just really wasn't in a good way. Oh, and then the worst thing happened. At 4 o'clock, I was charging throughout the whole day. I was charging my battery pack, and then I realised that someone had stolen it. And that was a real low blow. That really just finished me off in a way. I was really fuming with that, and just frustrated, and yeah, not ideal. So then I went to the shop about 1 kilometre away, and it was closed. So I walked back, just really low. But I had some Pringles, and that helped a little bit. I had a bit more energy. Did a bit of planning for the next day, for today and for tomorrow. So things were getting a little bit better. And then I had a really good night's sleep last night, and I woke up this morning feeling not too bad. Okay. And now I feel okay, not great. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, I still don't feel 100%, probably around 70. I cycled to the shop again, and I'm now underneath a cafe keeping dry because it was raining earlier. That's my view. But it takes a lot of energy to do things. I had a yogurt just now and some Doritos, and I bought some soup and a pack of pot noodles to eat later today, so hopefully that will be okay. And I may also buy something from the cafe at the campsite as well. They do hot sandwiches, pizza, pasta. So I'm hoping that all this food will re-energise me. But it's not just about not eating, it's about having the appetite to eat food, and I haven't been having that, which is why. I suppose you're all wondering why I've been ill. I haven't really mentioned that yet. And the answer is I don't really know. It could be one of potentially 3 things. The first one I think is the most likely. I drank some water from a stream at the top of a mountain, and usually that would be completely fine, but there's always the possibility that, you know, there was a dead animal at the top, or I don't know, something like that. Bacteria, virus in the stream, and it just made me feel really poorly. The other alternative is something I ate, but the food I had was pretty good. I don't think it would have been that. And the third reason is just pure exhaustion. I will include how many meters elevation gain I have cycled in the last 3 days prior to the campsite. And I will also now include how many meters of elevation gain I have cycled in the last 2 weeks since I left the River Rhone in Switzerland, which I think is greater than Everest. So yeah, a lot of meters climbed. I have done a lot, and I felt a bit tired, but maybe not to warrant being that ill. But you know, I don't know. So yes, now I'm feeling a little better, but still not great. I have planned a cycle ride for tomorrow and the next 5 days after. I have a warm showers host on Tuesday or Wednesday, which is great. He replied super quick, so I'm looking forward to that. And I've also asked someone for Monday or Tuesday as well. 2 campsites lined up, and also a wild camping spot. So the next few days are sort of planned out, providing I'm able to. I have allowed an extra day in case I feel ill again, so I can take another day off. But yeah, all I've eaten in the last 48 hours is 2 croissants, 2 packets of crisps, and a yogurt. So that is not ideal before more cycling, and I'm worried that the route I planned tomorrow is going to be too long. It's still like 1,000 meters of climbing, so I might adjust that a little bit. I need to see how I feel. So yes, this has not been an ideal situation. Tomorrow morning I'm going to cycle to the nearest town and get a new battery pack and a new plug. that will be that situation solved. But the illness, well, who knows how long it's going to last. Hopefully not very long, but you never know with these things. It could be long time. Okay, I think I've covered everything. Like I say, the story in the description, please read. I think it's a good read, and it does cover everything. So that will be it for the video. It is Thursday today. I will head off tomorrow morning, Friday morning, for the next week ahead. I will be arriving in Slovenia tomorrow. That is exciting. And I'll be returning to Lake Bohin. Maybe not until Monday. So lots to look forward to. Okay, thank you for watching. Sorry, I have been a bit, I haven't been very excitable in this video. It's obviously quite difficult with my current state. But anyway, hopefully I'll be back to my normal self soon.